Hey guys, David the Ring here. Welcome to No Frontier, your travel channel. Now in today's video, I'm going to discuss about Spirit Airlines' new free Spirit, their loyalty program. I'm going to go a little bit into that. I know some people might be shocked that they have a loyalty program or people actually want it, but we'll go into that a little bit. This is part one. It's going to be a part two. Now I will say I want to know what program you're a part of, even if it's not with Spirit. If it's with another carrier, let me know which carrier it is, or also tell me, why you joined, etc. For those who are on the fence or don't know what is the major benefit of people being a part of a loyalty program or having a credit card, I'm gonna just share a couple. One of the benefits is if you're already flying a lot, whether it's for business, seeing family, if you're already using any airline, it's good to at least get something back. Think of it like getting cash back. I think that's one of the major benefits of being a part of these programs. Another thing, even though Spirit doesn't fall under this, but a lot of the bigger carriers, they're part of an alliance or a code share, for example. In other words, they partner up with other airlines and form this alliance in which people can use their points with the other airline. So I'm gonna do a separate video on this as well, like different airlines that are part of a different alliance or code share. So I haven't looked at this in a while, so I'm not thinking clearly right now, but I think Delta, for example, and Air France are on working together. So if you're a Delta member and you want to go on Air France, you can use your points over there. So that's an example. But for Spirit, it's not the case. They stand on an island on their own. So back to Spirit and on their free Spirit program. So back in 2006 is when Spirit started their program. Now back then, Spirit operated more so like a small traditional airline carrier than what we know of them today as an ultra low fare carrier. They only had about 35 aircraft and they serviced 29 cities. And so from 2006, they just revamped their program last year. So, we had a good amount of years with the old program. And so they're trying to attract more customers and see if they can give, more value to their customers that they already have. So let's dig into the new program, which is revenue based. So generally, how points work for people who don't know is, or back in the day, the further you travel, you get points based on the distance. So if you go round trip to Asia, for example, very far, you get a lot of points based on the mileage, whatnot. But with it being revenue based, it's more so getting points based on how much money you spend. So you'll be spending money on airfare and the joke that people have with low fare airlines that they have to pay for everything. So you guys have to pay for a pillow, the breath you use, the air you use on the plane, the seatbelt. You'll be getting points for all of those things that you pay for. So I think that's pretty good. Now let me share with you some of the tangible benefits you can get, especially if you're an elite status member or if you have a credit card. Now with Spirit, they have elite status, they have gold, they have silver. I'll get into those in a bit. But for starters, if you're an elite member, I think one of the benefits is that you can pool your points together with family and friends. So if you have a family or friend and something special is happening for them, one good thing is that you can give them points and they can use it to travel. I think that's so dope. So I think that's one of the tangible things. Another thing is no blackout days to redeem your points. I'm guessing back in the day, they had a ton of blackouts, which wasn't good for people when they wanted to redeem it. So their points. So now they kind of like leveled the playing field. Another thing is that back in the old program, I guess the points used to erase very quickly, but now in the new program, the points last at least for a year, and then in some cases longer than a year based on your activity usage of your credit card. So that's something to consider. Now, at what amount of points must you have as all members before you can start pulling away points? So before you can start redeeming them or using them, you have to have about 2,500 points before you start to redeem them. And this is for all members. So hopefully this was helpful. In part 2, I'm going to do exactly, is it 2x, 3x, 4x, how many points you get. Now, I'll say to become a silver member, you have to spend or have at least 2,000 points. So you have to spend 2,000 points. So you have to spend $2,000 and you'll get 2,000 points that way. That's how you obtain silver status. To become gold status, you have to do at least 5,000. And this is in a year. So with Spirit Airlines being so cheap, once again, this will be very beneficial for people that travel a lot and they're looking for a cheaper way to do it, or they go certain routes. Like I would say, if you have to constantly go to between LaGuardia and Fort Lauderdale for whatever reason, for example, that's one of Spirit's very popular routes. If you have to do that constantly, you'll definitely get to this status. With Elite, I think what's good as well, you can also waive your bag fee and you can select your seat. And lastly, how many of you guys have ever sat in the big front seat? The big front seat in Spirit is at the front of the plane. It's like their version of a first class seat. Elite members will definitely have dibs on that. And a lot of people wish to upgrade to that as well. So some of the points you can use towards that. So I'll leave it right there. Let me know down below which program you're a part of. Let me know, have I convinced you a little bit to go with Spirit, or do you want to wait to see the part 2? But till next time, David Lorraine, No Frontier, over and I'll see you.